Coming up, we have your July 2024 Las Vegas real estate market update.
Hi everyone, I'm Steve.
And I'm Kristen.
We are the Thomas Group with Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson Realtors, here today to bring you your July 2024 real estate market update.
I mean, that sounds so exciting. I'm excited.
There's a lot. There's a lot of exciting things. So in fact, probably too much that we've had to shorten down our list.
Yeah, so give them a sneak peek. What are we going to talk about?
Sneak peek. A couple of things that have been in the media about affordability. Big coming election going to be happening.
Yeah.
So, what's going to happen after that. We're going to be talking a little bit about new development in Ascaya. That is a luxury development in community that's going to be out here. Goodness gracious, we got so much stuff to get into. So let's just get into it.
Let's do it. Okay, so let's start with our single family home sales. Starting with the median sales price, it was $475,000, up 0.4% from the previous month and up 7.7% from the same time last year. Sales, though, interestingly enough, were down 12.8% from the previous month and down 8.7% from the same time last year. Now, I think that's a direct reflection of where interest rates were at, because they had kind of creeped up and now they're creeping back down.
Well, because the data that we're giving you is everything.
It's closings in June, which means it was put into contract. What comes before June? I can't work backwards. May.
Yeah.
In May, they had creeped up.
Right.
Weren't they around 8?
In fact, yeah, that was the highest possible.
Yeah.
Point.
And now they are slowly creeping back down. And good news, the inflation numbers, jobs report, right? Things are looking like the economy
slowing down.
Hopefully slowing down, which is good. That's what Jerome Powell and the Fed are looking at when they're looking to do their interest rate cuts, which then will have a knock-on effect, hopefully, for the mortgage interest rate market as well. So
we'll see.
We'll see.
What do you think?
Well, I think they will make a cut by the end of the year, and I think that will also potentially have a small effect on the mortgage rates. But it's not going to be. We're not going to be down to 5.
I know we haven't got any crystal balls or anything, but after the upcoming election, what do you think is going to happen to interest rates?
I think they're going to go down.
Why?
What do you think? That? Because the Fed is indicating that they will be making rate cuts. We've all been waiting, and people are like, "Oh, well, we're waiting," but it's going to happen, and we're seeing the softening in inflation. So that's my thoughts. It sounds like maybe you have differing opinion.
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I've been wrong so many times.
We both have. Yeah.
Yeah. I hate to kind of give a prediction. I was just more curious as to, I've been in America now about 18 years, but Kristen's grown up here and having witnessed election cycles and knowing maybe what happens.
I wasn't watching the housing market when I was in 5th grade and George W. got elected. So
well, that's true, but historically, and it's regardless of whether it's a Republican or a Democrat gets in, typically the housing market always seems to get some sort of boost.
Yeah, it slows down up until the election usually, right? And then it kind of gets a boost.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people kind of put the brakes on a little bit because there's at least I'm just trying to reflect on the last election when we were selling real estate and what the kind of the sentiment was in the market, and I felt like it was a lot of people that are unsure. And I think that there's still a very high level.
There's almost even more uncertainty this election because it's extra crazy.
If not more uncertainty.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
We'll see what happens. I guess later on towards the the year, what will happen to for buyers and sellers. I think that sellers might find it a little bit more difficult to sell a home. Speaking of, we're seeing inventory start to creep up more. We'll talk about that surely, but I think that might, that might start happening, and I think buyers are going to start to have a little bit more leverage. I still think it's going to be a seller's market, but again, we'll see.
Yeah. So speaking of inventory, Steve, there were 4,100 units available for sale. That's up 6.3% from the previous month. That's a huge jump month over month, 6%. And we're up almost 12% year over year. on inventory. So that's pretty significant. Saying that though, this month new listings were actually down 10% from the previous month. So new listings pulling back. I guess that's normal. Like we normally have more listings in the spring. They slow down over the summer, but this new listings are up 7.7% from the same time last year. So yeah, this goes to show we are getting more listings. We're getting more inventory. That's great. Is it having a huge effect on our months of inventory? Yeah, we're at 2 months of inventory, which like you said, is still heavily favoring the seller, but hopefully, all these factors can come in.
That's up, right? From last
It's
month?
up. Yeah. It's up 22% from last. We were at 1 point something. Yeah.
1.7. No, so this is all good. This is all positive. I feel like I didn't know those numbers when Kristen was reading them, and I was going to say it feels to me just like a little bit slower that last month than it has been. So, it's reflected in that.
Let's talk about pendings, because that will give us a sneak peek into what we're looking at next month. Our pending sales are down 5% from last month. So that would show most likely our closings are going to be down about 5% as well. And we're actually about the same pending as last year. But yeah,
so all of these, slowing down a little bit, but prices still went up. 0.4%, was it?
Yeah. Because we talk about this all the time. It's like, the desirable homes that are priced right. We're still seeing multiple offers on stuff in Summerlin. Even, we mentioned last month, Christina got multiple offers on the condo she lists in Spring Valley. It's all very dependent. But if you're looking at something, maybe in a more specific market, you might be sitting there for a while if you haven't done everything correctly to get it listed. If you haven't done any remodeling, if you have bad photos, if you're overpriced.
Touched it up. Yeah. Presented it, staged it.
Yeah, it's amazing what people how they put their house market.
Oh my goodness.
And the agents that take
you guys, you can only imagine what we see. Yesterday I went in a house and I felt like I needed to throw my shoes out after I left there. It was that bad. So anyway. Yeah. But, hey, just wanted to touch on the kind of specialty, of knowing where to, how to position your home based on where its geographical location is in the valley and stuff. Well, there's going to be some big changes that are happening in the real estate market soon, right? And one of those big changes is based on commissions. And these are going to be coming into effect in next month?
Middle of August.
In the middle of August. And just to kind of briefly, give you guys perspective on how this looks, is whenever you are hiring us to sell your home right now, right? Currently, right this second, we will tell you, how much commission it's going to, how much we're going to charge. We're also going to tell you how much we should recommend that you offer a buyer's broker. Now, coming next month, August 17th, I believe that this is going away. And now when people are going to be shopping for your home, there's not going to be any commission advertised, and they're going to be having to actually ask for that inside of the listing agreement. Now,
I would say the thing that's going away is right now it's on our MLS. So when we're as agents, when we're pulling up the MLS on the back end, we can see what the seller is offering. That's what's changing, is we can no longer have that listed on the MLS.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of big changes that are happening, and quite frankly, this is really going to make a difference on the agent that you hire to help purchase a home for you, or the agent that you're hiring to help you sell a home. And if in this market you want to start saving a lot of money, I know how I can help you save money, right? I can help you for sale by owner your property. I'm not going to talk too much about this now. I'm already helping someone in Anthem Country Club, $4.7 million property homeowner, do this. We can do this on all different levels of property. So if you want to talk and learn a little bit more about this and how these new rules really impact you and your real estate, I'd love to have a conversation with you.
Let's take a look at condo and townhome. I think the condo townhome market is cooling down even more, but again, that could be related to the bump in interest rates. Let's take a look at the numbers and you'll see why I'm saying that. So the median sales price was $295,000. That's unchanged from the previous month and up 7.3% from the same time last year. Sales were down 12.3% month over month. That's pretty significant, and down 6.3% from last year. Our pending sales are down too. We're down an additional 5.2% month over month, and we're down 8.6% from the same time last year.
I think, we've said this before, those shoppers in the typically lower price points are always more affected with the interest rate. But with that being said, when sellers have been having the property sit for a little while, they start to become more willing to negotiate, right? To be able to offer concessions. And I think like right now is one of those really kind of like sweet spots before we get into August, into September, October, into autumn, when I think we're going to get really busy again just before Thanksgiving and Christmas. This spot right now, I think is a really good time for people to get a deal.
Yeah.
If you can find something you like.
And speaking of finding something you like, the inventory, our inventory is up 3.2% month over month. So we're seeing a little bump, and we have 47% more inventory on condo and townhomes than this time last year. That is insane. But I remember there was
down in the dumps.
Yeah, there was nothing. New listings on condo and townhomes are down month over month. Again, we said that's because we're coming out of like the spring market into summer, but they're up 11.4% year over year. So that's good. We got these new listings coming on, so we can start to hopefully head toward a more balanced market. We're at 2.3 months of inventory for condos and townhomes.
And before I forget, speaking about new inventory, condos and townhomes, on July 26th, myself, Kristen, and our entire team, we're going to be at a place called the Pepper Club, which is downtown Las Vegas. And Christina on our team is hosting an event in which we're going to give you guys a tour of the Midtown project, which is an incredible new development downtown in the Arts District. It's going to completely change the landscape down there. Whether you are somebody that's looking to live in a high-rise, mid-rise property yourself or own an investment property, there's something literally here for everybody. We'd love for you to join us from 6 till 8 on the 26th, Friday 26th.
Yeah, thanks, T.
Link in the description for our event. So get your tickets there. You can't just turn up on the day. All right, so just talking about a couple of other developments that are happening here in town. Two very separate ends of the spectrum. Down in Henderson, we've got Ascaya, which is an extremely high-end, ultra-luxury community. Every single home is architecturally significant, and that's their goal. And in Ascaya, there's little sort of pockets of communities in there, and there's a community that's going to be developed called the Canyon. And the Canyon's going to be developed by Blue Heron. Blue Heron are very well known for their indoor-outdoor living, and they've created this amazing community inside of this canyon within Ascaya that it looks to me like it really caters to people who love a health and wellness. Out there's going to be cold plunge baths that you can go and dip in amongst the canyon, looking over the vistas. There's saunas out there, high-end amenities. You get all of the amenities of Ascaya as well, but this is just specific in the canyon. Very, very interesting there. If you want more information, let us know.
Yeah,
Kristen knows.
It's good. Yeah, it's good for people that are looking for that lock and leave lifestyle.
That's how
I would say for most people, it's not going to be their only property, or it might be as well. But it might be for people that want to establish residency here. They might have properties elsewhere, and when they come here, they want something it's ready to go, and you don't have to worry about like yard maintenance and all that. Right. So it's a really neat product.
It looks like a really neat product. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, we've got affordable housing. Yeah,
which is big problem here. I mean, in the whole U.S., but in Las Vegas as well.
Well, there's a lot of things that the government, I guess, have been trying to put into practice to
help alleviate the problem. It's just such a hard, complex issue, isn't it?
Well, is it? It's just it's just how many people do we have in the country, and how many houses are there?
Well, yeah, no, I know, but you can release land and give it to developers, but then how do you guarantee that the developers are actually going to develop affordable housing on it? And what is affordable?
Well, this is a conversation that like we were having amongst our team. I was having with one of our team members, and that out here, for example, the majority of the land in Clark County is Bureau of Land Management, right? It's government-owned land. And the government can essentially choose what price they want to offer that land to. So they can say to a developer, hey, listen, we're going to offer you all of this land at $1, but you have to be developing these at this price point, and these are your margins.
Right.
So I think that's all negotiable. It's just, do they want to do that?
Right.
Right. And so
which there's talks to release land in the southwest of Las Vegas. I don't know if the article was right because it said it was 20 acres and it said they could build 150 affordable homes, which does that sound right on 20 acres?
No, it's way more than that.
Yeah, that's what the
like 1,500 or...
the Las Vegas Review Journal. I wonder if that was a typo, but they said that housing would be reserved for people making 80% less than the median income for the area. So they do actually have some stipulations on like who can purchase, or they didn't specify be renting. There's another 18-acre project or parcel in Henderson that's up for talks that they could build 300 plus housing units. So again, I don't know what that means. What does a housing unit mean? Is that an apartment or whatever? But they're going to be rentals. So yeah, there's talks to do all this, but it's complicated for sure.
Yep, we'll see how it all pans out in the upcoming elections.
Yeah,
no doubt, give us a clearer picture on how the future's looking.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'd say overall here, right, still very positive. Still a huge amount of demand. Still a lot of people calling us every day, emailing us, wanting to have conversations. So yeah, if you're one of those people sitting elsewhere in the country, researching what it's like living in Las Vegas and Henderson, we would love to help you. On our team, we've got a bunch of agents, and every agent is an expert. We're not jack of all trades agents. And just on that note, keep your eye out for some horse property videos that are going to be coming out. We've got a horse property expert, real estate agent that's joined our team. Laura is her name, and she's going to be bringing you all back horse properties. And you might be like, horses? Las Vegas? Well, yeah, we're going to teach you all about that. So if you've got any questions, we would love to help. You can reach out and find out all of our information on our website, thethomasgrouplv.com. But for now, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.
Bye.